Welcome to the meeting place, a space where heart-centered women gather to connect, to share, and inspire one another to awaken their joy and live a fulfilled life. So, join me on this journey of self-discovery and let's connect and grow together. I'm Michelle O'Neill, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist, empowering extraordinary women just like you to use your gifts, strengths, experience, and, well, even your weaknesses to make life better for yourself and others so that you can leave legacy, fulfill your purpose, and live, give, and receive so much more of life riches. So, I am here today. Look, if this is your first time here, go ahead and put hashtag newbie so I'll know and make sure I reach out to you. But I'll still reach out to you if you've been here before, and go ahead and put hashtag legacy so that I know you're there. Go ahead and put your name and where you're from in the comments below because I want to give you your due and say, hey, give you a shout out. I am monitoring the chat once in a while. So if I miss you, I'll try to get back to you. And hello, my beautiful and powerful, soulful women and men, if you're watching. So I'm excited because today we're going to dive into an exciting and transformative topic, especially if you find yourself caring for both children under 18 and your aging parents. This is the purposeful pivot and how to embrace those changes and thrive in your 40s and 50s and beyond. I know it just says 40s and 50s, but if you're thriving in your 40s and 50s, oh yeah, you're going to thrive beyond. And so I'll be exploring some unique and creative ways to recognize that need for change and personal alignment or realignment, as we say, and also to develop a growth mindset because I believe if you're not growing, you're dying, and to create a purposeful pivot action plan. So what good is all this learning and knowledge and everything if you're not able to put it into action? And so to put it into action, we need a plan, right? All right. So this plan will be tailored to your unique circumstances because it's all about you. So go ahead, let's embark on this empowering journey together. I am so excited. I actually have so much that I want to tell you. I have to calm myself down because I know I'm just going to try to just throw stuff at you. So, my prayer today is that what you need to hear, the thing that you need to hear, the thing that needs to speak to your spirit most is you receive that you receive that, and that I decrease. And so that you can hear what resonates with your spirit and what you need today. So, with that said, we want to go and jump right into recognizing the need for change. How do you know it's time for this change? And how do you know if it's aligned with who you are, your personal realignment with your values and your beliefs and how you want to live your life? So, I want you to do a couple of things, and I'm going to go through a few things. I really can't go through everything because I promise not to keep you here long today, right? So I want you to start by just tuning in into your initiative wisdom and listening to your heart and your soul desires. I always talk to my husband about, go with your gut. Don't listen to what I say. We always make a mistake sometimes of listening or doubting our decisions. And sometimes it's right there already within us. And we just have to listen and be intuitive to what we're speaking and check our motivation. What is your motivation that is driving you to do this thing? So I want to actually discuss, slow down, Michelle. I want to actually discuss some unconventional signs that may indicate that it's time for change in your life while keeping in mind your unique struggles and your unique responsibilities. And so, like I said, first of all, look at those intuitive nudges. Pay attention to your gut feelings and your dreams and your reoccurring thoughts, those things that keep popping up. There's a reason you keep getting that that nudge and that direction, that push in that direction. So start being really aware of your intuitiveness. Start really listening at that hint of a deeper longing for change. If you find yourself not wanting to do something or not wanting to wake up, the thought of waking up and doing that tomorrow is just dragging you down. Maybe you need to rethink that thing, right? And then I want you to look at your synchronicities, right? I'm sorry for keep saying right. And I'm not sorry. That's just who I am. But I want you to notice the consequences in your life, the patterns, those patterns that keep playing out over and over again, those breadcrumbs that keep leaving themselves in your life that's telling you that you maybe should be nudging towards this new path. Maybe because this keep popping up in your life. Maybe because there's that synchronicity that keeps happening with this one thing. Maybe it's telling you something. So start looking for those in your lives. It's kind of like when you buy a new car and every car and it's blue. And then all of a sudden, as you start driving down the highway, you see all these cars that are the same color as yours, that blue, but you never noticed them before. And that's what I'm talking about doing in your life. Those things that are starting to just pop out that never were there before, but it's the same type of thing. Maybe that's telling you that that's the direction you should be moving into. And then there's those caregiving tipping points. You need to ask yourself, both and I'm talking with your children and your parent. There becomes a time when your children start being less dependent and more independent. And those times when your parents become less independent and more dependent on your knowledge, your wisdom, or your know-how, especially with technology. And so just finding that space of where is it that you can contribute best and be the best self for them, or when it's time to start delegating things, reassessing your priorities. Maybe the kids don't need you as much, and maybe you need to start pulling back to allow them to grow as the children that they are, and maybe your parent needs more of your time. So these are things that you need to start looking at, reassessing your priorities, and start seeking help to make those changes. We are not in it alone, and I will be addressing that over and over again. We weren't created, we weren't born to be alone. We were born to be a part, an intricate part of a whole. And so then I want you to look at, see, I'm trying to just run right through this, but then I want you to look at your energy shifts. I want you to be mindful of the activities and the people that just drain all of your energy. And ask yourself, is that the people I want to be around? Is that the situation that I want to be in? And how can I change this? How can I make a shift from this and then be more around those people and things and activities that energize you and uplift you? Where do you want to be in your life? Do you want to be constantly dragged down, or do you want to be constantly uplifted? And do you want to be that constant uplift in the lives of others that you touch? Then maybe we want to reassess your career. If your current role doesn't fit the changes that's happening in your life, maybe we need to reassess it. Is maybe working from home a better alternative to you? Is that something that your career or the place that you're working or your business can take? Or do you need to make a shift to something even different? Maybe if you can't, maybe it's time for you to move out or come out of that situation and find a better or a new one. But the thing is, you have to reassess, are you in the right career for this space in your time? I have seen this wonderful woman who was a director of a certain agency, and she found that because she had to take care of her mom at this time, it wasn't a hardship because she made the decision that this is what I want to do for my mom at this time of my life. I'm ready to retire so I can take care of her. It's not always a bad thing. It's just that change, that shift of that season in our life. And it gives us an opportunity to pour into someone else's life. So don't think of it as a loss, but a gain. And remember, you're not alone. I just said we are all in this life together. And so there are others out there. You are not isolated. You are not the only one. And there are others that are going through the same experiences or similar experiences as you are. And so take the time to seek them out. And now that we've talked about wondering, when is it to change? How do we look at whether this is our time to change in life? Now we have to go about developing a growth mindset. Because this is the second thing that I want to talk about. Remember, if you're not growing, what are you doing? Go ahead and put it in the comments. You're dying. And so we want to continually grow as a person. You never stop growing. So I want to explore some creative ways and unique strategies to actually cultivate that growth mindset so that you can take action in your evolving roles. We want to look at mindful delegation. Now, why mindful delegation? Because we want to learn how to prioritize and delegate these tasks that are both in our work and our family life, but we want to do it mindfully. We want to allow others in our life to learn from that responsibility and grow. Remember, we're helping them grow too. We want to give them the opportunity to actually understand their value and appreciate it. But not only understand their value, understand your value too. You ever do something, you've done something in your home all your life and taking care of your family, and then you stop doing it? It's like the whole world falls apart. What do I do? How do I do this? So when we pull back, we're allowing others to appreciate us better because they begin to see exactly how much we've done. But not only that, we allow them to grow and learn something new and do something new. And so we want to delegate first with empathy. We want to consider that person's strengths and their interests and their growth opportunities. Everybody can't do everything. And some people are stronger at one thing than others. Some people are better at cooking. Some people are better at laundry. Some people are better at doing a report. Some people are better at gathering information. Other people are better at filing. Whatever it is, understand their strengths and their weaknesses. And then when we understand that, we give that opportunity for that person to grow. By delegating to them, we allow them that richness of responsibility and that ability to learn to grow. And so we want to assign tasks to that specific person who is in line, their skills are in line with that task. That's what giving delegation with empathy is. And then we want to create a delegate or delete list. So what am I saying? Usually we say our pros and cons. No, it's either delegated or deleted. If we're not delegating, if it's not in our top priorities, then it goes to the delegate or the delete list. And then we decide, then either I'm going to delegate it. Is that important that at least I need to get someone else to do it, even though I'm not doing it myself? Or if it's not that important, it doesn't need to get done, period. And so we create that delegate, and then we eliminate things that we don't want. Or part of delegation can be, can we automate it? Can we streamline it? And so look at ways that we can automate things in our life. This is the technology age, and it is totally always revolving. Find out, is there an app or something, some bot, some AI, whatever, that can take that particular task over for you so that you are available for more important things, the greater priorities in your life, the people in your life. And then you want to engage in reverse mentoring. It's a little bit about what I just said, that empathy of delegation. It's like, this is your opportunity to use the things like with your kids and younger people or people that not as experienced as you are, to give them the ability to grow, to understand responsibility, and have your guidance and support in their lives at that time. Who in your life right now can you guide and support and teach and lift up and grow as you're growing? You be the sunflower in their life of that little daisy. Okay, maybe that's not the best analogy, but then I could go on. Like I said, leverage technology and establish clear communications. Are you establishing a clear clarity in what it is that you're asking? Don't get frustrated at people because they don't understand what you're talking about. Make sure what you're telling them they understand and ask. Why don't you tell me what I want to make sure that you understood, because I know I probably don't explain things great. So can you tell me exactly what you got from what I just said to you so we can make sure that we're absolutely clear? And so do that. And then we're always talking about self-care, right? Well, you can actually delegate the task related to your self-care. What am I saying? Let other people, if you have a virtual assistant or you have other people that are helping you in your life, have them make the appointments for your self-care. I tell you what, if they make the appointment, it'll be on your calendar and you'll make sure to do it. Sometimes if we leave it up to ourselves, it doesn't get done. And then I want to talk about seeking community support. Never, never, never say that you don't want to ask anyone for help. Because you know what you're doing? You're teaching them and others, not only do you not want help, but not to ask you for help. So get assistance with those responsibilities. People are willing to help you, but all you have to do is ask. And then I encourage you, now that we've just set up all these delegation experiences and things that you want to do with your life, then now I encourage you to reassess it, reevaluate it, go over it every 3 months. Make sure these are the things that there aren't more things that you can start delegating or giving away, or something you find that someone isn't quite doing it, or you need to have more input on this and you want to pull that back on your priorities list, but push something else off. So make sure you reevaluate your list of delegation at least every 3 months, every 90 days. And then you want to practice mindfulness. What am I talking about? Didn't we just talk about practice mindfulness? Yes, but I'm talking about being totally aware of where you are, having those, doing those activities and having those things like the mindful pockets that I always talk about. The mindful power pockets, just taking 3 minutes away to allow your mind to just clear and allow you to get creative again. Allow you to leave those things that were keeping you on that hamster wheel and just let them go for a little bit so that you can refocus and come back stronger. Do things like dance like nobody's watching. Put up some music, put it up loud, put on some headphones and just let it go. But dance like nobody's watching and have fun. Because sometimes we forget that when we get so caught up and have fun with the kids. Have fun with that parent. Dance with them like no one's watching. I'm telling you, when you get up there and you dance with others, they can't help but join in or laugh at you. But I'm telling you, it brings joy in your life. My favorite, and then I'm going to get off of this. Well, I have two. My two favorites besides dancing is savor a mindful meal. What's a mindful meal? I'm saying take time to enjoy every little bite, focusing on the taste, the texture, focusing on the aroma of that meal. Enjoy the bite, tasting that wine or whatever it is you're drinking behind it. Taste how the mixture of those flavors just embrace each other or explode each other. But that's what I'm saying. Put a beautiful, even if you're by yourself, treat yourself. Get a beautiful setup, a beautiful plate, candles, flowers, music playing in the background, and enjoy that meal. Just totally be mindful. Connect with what your body needs. Savor the gratitude. And then my final, you should know I would say this, is try laughter. Find the humor in the things, even the things that you don't think are humorous. I'm telling you, there is something you can find in it that'll make you laugh. Have you ever thought of something as very serious and later you talk about it and you actually think about how you must have looked or the expression on someone's face and you just burst out? Yes, it may have been a little bad at the time. You may have broke your nose or whatever. But when you really think about it, hey, that was pretty fun how I tripped over that, whatever, whatever, right? And so try laughter, as it has so many health benefits. And if you it helps you stay present. I'm telling you, if nothing else, remember we're talking 40s and 50s. Ooh, it helps those lines on your face. I'd rather have laugh lines than frown lines, right? It doesn't make as many lines on your forehead. So laughter is so much better. It keeps those muscles supple. And so those are things that you can do. Again, seek and offer support. Last time I said seek support, right? But I want you to offer support. Be the connector. Be the person that knows someone that someone asks you about and you go, hey, I know just the person for you. Or so and so does this. But be the connector. Oh, you need someone to clean your house? Oh, I know. Or I have this person doing it for me. Oh, you need someone to give you some great. Oh, this girl is always cooking. Let me ask her what recipes. In fact, I'll give you her phone number. I'll ask her if I can give you her phone number. But be the connector. Be able to also have an accountability, participate in having an accountability buddy. Someone who's going to motivate you, encourage you, and also who you're going to check in at least once a week and say, hey, how we doing? And so when you know you have to make that call, I remember I've had accountabilities all of my life. I have friends who do that. But when you know you're going to get on that call and it's time for you to get on that call, what do? You make sure that everything you needed to do or everything you said you were going to do gets done so that when you can get on that call, you can say, oh, yeah, I did that. I sure did. And so you want to have an account. And then there's a support swap. What is that? Sometimes, and make sure you be fair about it. Someone can do something for you, but return the favor. It doesn't have to be the exact same thing, but they may need you in another capacity. Your strengths, but you help each other out in your strengths. And so that's, oh, and one more final one. I want to talk about have virtual coffee chats. Get that cup of coffee in the morning, and sometimes we just want to run something by on with a friend of ours and have that virtual coffee chat. It saves time. I know it's not like being in person, but at least you can see each other. Get on Zoom, get on Greet, get on FaceTime. At least you can see each other, but you don't have that commute time. And so that gives you more time to be with each other one-on-one and discuss the things that your celebrate your wins and discuss the things that you're struggling with. But have those virtual coffee chats or wine or whatever it is you drink. And I want to encourage you to stay motivated. And I'm just going to give you one thing to stay motivated by is create a vision jar. We're always talking about vision boards and everything. I want to encourage you to create a vision jar. Fill a jar with notes and pictures and objects that represent your goals and your dreams. It could be anything like $1 or whatever. I can't even think. A seashell. You want to be able to go to the beach at least once a year. A little toy boat. You want to take a cruise at least every 2 years. Whatever it is. But put a vision jar. Get a big enough jar so you can fill it up. But create a vision jar to keep in mind whatever it is that you need to boost in your life. And every time you need that encouragement, go ahead and take a peek inside. I would encourage you to not get a jar you can't see inside. In fact, remember those glass jars that used to carry water in or whatever, and everybody use them as, or plastic jars that use them as penny jars and all that? Get one of those, set it in a corner in your room, in your office, wherever, and start filling it up as your vision jar. What you want in your life, how you want to live your life. And so I want to hit the last point that I want to talk about is creating your purposeful pivot action plan. And so we want to create an action plan that fits for you. So as I'm going through this, I want you to think, how can I use this in my life? And remember, I want to hear your comments or see your comments. If you come up with something, if there are ahas in here for you today. So we're going to start with number one, your action plan. Define your non-negotiables. Oh yeah, boundaries girls here. It goes and starts with non-negotiable. What are those things that you will not tolerate, that you will not do? Clearly outline your boundaries and priorities. And you're doing this for your family, your personal life, and for your work life, your career, your business. You're doing this for every aspect of your life. What are your non-negotiables? And then you plan around your non-negotiables. You know, we do what we call the desert island exercise. Imagine that you were stranded on a desert island, just you, and you can only bring 3 values or priorities with you. What would they be? What are those 3 priorities that you would take with you? Now, I know if you're on a island, why would you take some priorities with you? But just work with me here. This is a game here. So this exercise actually helps you focus on what's most important to you. So humor me with this, you know? I would also say set up visual reminders around you. Create, like I said, your vision jar. Forget the board, the jar, or a collage that represents your non-negotiables. Just something for your non-negotiables. Now, if we have the jar for the great things, the vision, maybe we want to do a collage for the non-negotiables to remind ourselves, or a screensaver. Put a screensaver in on your computer that every time you get up there and someone gets ready to talk, oh no, I don't do that. And so we want to set up those visual reminders and put them on display in a prominent place so they remind you constantly of your priorities. Because if it's a non-negotiable and it does not fit with your priorities, then it's easy to say no. It's actually easy. And then create what they call a values audit. Relook at the things that you feel that you value, that are important to you. Are they still important to you? Are they still at the top of your list? And pick your top 3. And then finally, I want to tell you about this non-negotiables is embrace the power of no. You know, find different ways to say it. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. Nah, nada. I don't think so right now. I can't put it on my schedule. Whatever it is for you, embrace the power of no. Practice to say no to anything that does not align with your non-negotiables. Simple as that. This will help you protect your time, your energy, and your well-being. And then we want to explore flexible opportunities. You know, things like considering a new career path or a side project. Maybe, like I said in the beginning, that this is the time for that change over to maybe there's a different way that I want to do something. Maybe it's something like freelancing and offering your expertise and your service as a freelancer so that you can do it in your time, on your schedule, and work around the schedule of your responsibilities. I also talked about remote work. Maybe it's time for you to find a job if you still want to work or still need to work. Find one that allows you to do it from home, or at least allows you flex time so that you can work in different times. Maybe you need to work with first thing before everybody gets up or later in the evening when everybody's settled. But at least you have that flex time. Start an online business. This may be time for you to start that, use that ability and that strength and that gift and talent that you have and pour into others, but make it a business. Or become a virtual assistant. What about that? You know, you've always been good. You're an office manager and you've always been good at running everybody else's schedules and lives. Have you thought about doing it virtually? And then there's teaching or tutoring online, places like Udemy and Teachable and OutSchool, where actually educators can find ways of still staying in the mix of things, still teaching, still building up, still helping, but they do it online. And so those are things. Then I want you to design what I call a reverse bucket list. And what is that? It's a powerful way to gain clarity, because ultimately you're going to write down a list of experiences that you want to avoid. See, reverse. It's a reverse. All those things that you want to avoid. Write down a list of the things that you don't want to. It's almost like your non-negotiables, but these are experiences that you don't want to deal with. And set healthy boundaries. Not just boundaries for the sake of it, but recognize the areas where you need to establish firmer and more precise boundaries and include them on your reverse bucket list. Remember, we just talked about this. This will help you also to protect your time, your energy, and what's the third word? Your well-being. Determine your deal breakers. I'm telling you, you cannot stand firm in your life if you don't do these exercises. You got to know what you know, what you know. You know how it feels when you're firm on something, when you know something without a doubt. Then you can declare it to the world. So know your deal breakers. And I know, always be able to visualize your ideal future. What are you moving towards? What's important to you? Write it down. We're always talking about, we're thinking we're going to remember. Look, you're getting older. Write it down so that later you can come back and revisit it. Remember it. Reminisce on it. But write it down again and review it and revise it regularly. Now, how are you going to review and revise if you didn't write it down? I'm telling you, assemble your dream team. I told you, and I can't stress enough, you cannot do it alone. You weren't created to be alone. You were created to be a part. You are that intricate part of the puzzle that when missing, it cannot be complete. You are a part. So identify and connect with people who offer you guidance, support, mentorship on your new journey. Those that you look up to, you trust. Get your dream team of supporters. And during this, embrace diversity. Different ethnicities, different backgrounds, different education levels, just different. Because everybody has something of value to bring to the table. And sometimes that value comes from the most unusual sources. So diversify your dream team. Another place to look is, don't discount online communities. Just be careful. Just sit back for a little while and listen and make sure that's the community that you really want to be a part of. Reach out to influencers or role models. You'd be surprised who would answer you. My grandson reached out to Palomayo. I think that's his name. And he actually tweeted him back. Or was it Instagram? Instagrammed him back. The thing is, don't always think that people are too big or too important that they won't hear your voice. So reach out. Build connections through hobbies or things that you like to do. You like painting? Take up a painting class. You never know who you meet there and what their background is and what they bring to the table. And then leverage your existing network. You may already have what you need right there, but you never took the time to cultivate it, to grow it, to know it. So why don't you have one of those coffee chats, virtual coffee chats with someone in your current network that you haven't talked to in a while? Find out what's going on in their life. Find out more about them as a person. And you'd be surprised. And be the connector yourself. Remember, I talked about that earlier. Who you know. What is it? 5 something of separation or 6 something of separation? Well, you never believe or never realize who you know and how that person can help someone else. And degrees, that's what it is. 6 degrees of separation or 5 degrees of separation. I think it's 6 degrees. I knew it would come to me. See, that's what happens when you get older. No, I rebuke that. Okay. So with all that said, look, ladies, you have it. You have all these unique ways to recognize the need for change, to develop a growth mindset, and to create a purposeful pivot plan. And if you can't remember or you want more, go ahead and reach out to me, DM me, put it in the comments, whatever. Let me know what area it is and that you'd like to know more. I am here, your connector, to tell you more, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist. And so remember, change is an adventure waiting to unfold in your life. And you have the power and the ability to create the life you desire and you deserve while honoring and embracing your responsibilities. So let's continue this journey together. Share our experiences and support one another. I'm here for you. I really am. And I believe in you. I believe in your incredible potential. You've got this. I know you do. Until next time, take care. I am so glad. And look, don't forget 30 days of gratitude so that I can help you and inspire you and encourage you. Go ahead and put gratitude in the comments if you want me to send it to you, or just go to https://masteringyourmonday.life/gratitude. Oh, no, inspiration /inspiration. Girl, just DM me or put it in the comments. Until next time, take care. Can't wait to talk to you later. Bye bye.